Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital. This is Democracy 3. We're, of course, playing as Brexit Britain. We are picking up exactly where we left off in the last episode. So, by all means, go and see that if you haven't. We're playing with a brand new Electioneering DLC. What is happening? Our credit rating has been downgraded. Not good at all. Poverty up, crime up, unemployment down. Okay, that's 1/3 good, 2/3 not so good. Crime has only gone up by a little bit though, so that's quite nice. Poverty, same, only up by a little bit. Unemployment down by a little bit. Well, you know, we can't have all of the good stuff happening at once. Speaking of all of the good stuff, nobody fucking wants to vote for us. Nobody at all wants to vote for us. We need to get the socialists on board. We need to do stuff that is going to make the socialists happy with us. But I just don't know how we're gonna make everybody happy. It's going to be challenging. That is for absolutely certain. It's going to be challenging, and it might mean that we have to do a whole bunch of stuff, as in a whole bunch of media stunts, which is going to be costly in terms of political capital, but let's do it. There we go. We are so compassionate. So compassionate. Media spin success. Our carefully managed media skills have boosted the electorate's perception of you. This will help win over the floating voters. Indeed, it will. Are we getting any fundraising? Are we getting any funds at the moment? We're trying to make this guy happy, since he's quite a generous dude, and farmers are certainly on the up and up, which is quite nice. I guess we'll just leave this Food Standards Agency just to chill out and do whatever the fuck it wants. But I think, by and large, we need to just solve problems that everybody wants to get rid of. Not homelessness per se, but this general strike needs to go. Oh yes, this also shows that we're not a strong leader. That's quite cool. Let's try and reduce poverty. Let's try and reduce unemployment. Technology backwater, that just hurts our GDP. No. Anything... Does anything here show that I'm not a strong leader? Yes, this does. Organized crime. It's going down. That's a good start. Street gangs... also not so good. Yeah, poverty needs to get driven into a fucking hole in the ground, and it needs to die. It needs to die. So, food stamps, we're going to introduce them. Quickly, do we have a deficit? Yeah, we do have a little bit of a deficit. That's okay. That's not a problem. Food stamps, yes, we're going to fully fund them. By far the absolute best policy in the entire game. Well, not the best policy, but a pretty good policy. Another really, really good all-round policy is free school meals. That's also another really good one. Just helps everybody. Yep, reduce poverty by a substantial amount as well. Very, very, very minimal delay. So, lots of good stuff that we're actually introducing here. What else? Anything that's really gonna help out? Witness protection program? Not really. Biofuel subsidies? No. Carpooling? No, not really. Nothing else that that we're really completely sold on. Small business grants. I would love to introduce small business grants, but unfortunately, no. Young entrepreneur scheme. I guess we'll do this just to keep the capitalists a little bit happier with us. We might as well. It's basically free. I mean, it's not basically free, but 300 million is pretty much free. Anyway, something that we really need to do is get rid of this general strike. And the way that we're going to do that is to get rid of poverty. Poor earnings have remained roughly the same, so it's pretty much the general strike. It's pretty much the general strike being caused by poverty. In fact, if you look at it, a lot of stuff is actually caused by poverty. Not this. That was a bad example. Here, yep, increased by poverty. So there's a few things. Poverty, there we go. You know, so there's a couple of things that we can solve if we just have a little bit of resolve and really try and hammer home the message that poverty is not something. It's not something for a Britain that's outside the European Union. I'd like to think that it's not something for a Britain inside the European Union either, but hey-ho. Superhero, crime and violent crime both down. That is exactly when we needed that. That is really, really good. Vigilante mobs has gone down. Poverty, huge decrease. Absolutely huge. That is great to see. Crime also massive, mostly because of the superhero, I think. I think it's trending downwards anyway, but with the vigilante mobs at an end, that's really good. And unemployment also going down. Honestly, I don't think we could have asked for a better turn. We've still got to get rid of, well, our deficit and this general strike. This general strike, however, will probably go away next turn, and with it, when it goes away, we'll get a massive boost to our GDP, which is kind of fantastic, actually. We need to work on our technology, and we need to work on our technology a lot. And I would actually just like to fund this to the max. I don't really want to do that, though. I don't know. I mean, it would affect unemployment. It would reduce unemployment. It would increase state employees. It would increase membership of state employees. And it would make state employees happy with us. Something to note is that state employees consist of a very, very, very important voter group for us. Where are they? State employees. Yes, they actually really, really, really like us. And there's 38% of them, so if we can get them on board, then that's fantastic. Socialists, really, really, really loving us at the moment, which is absolutely amazing. And with the decrease of poverty and the decrease of unemployment, pretty sure that they're going to love me even more. The Communist Party membership is starting to go down, which is amazing. And we're not seeing any radical members that are being moved into the violent organizations that are much more threatening than just these people. Or these groups, should I say, those groups. But yeah, lots of stuff that we're working on. Is there any way... Well, there is a way to check this. 9.3% of voters would vote for us. That's quite good. Unfortunately, we don't have many active members, which is quite annoying. 51 million Remainers. 51 million members, and 0 for us. That's a little bit extreme, I think. I don't think that that's entirely honest. Our opponent is still raising significantly more capital than we are, which is a little bit of a problem. But I suppose that my opponent has got actual members, which is not something that we have. Trustworthiness could work out good for us, but I don't think it will. Compassionate could work out for us, but I don't think it will. Strong leader. I am a strong leader. I want to be perceived as one. Let's spend a little bit of political capital on making that look like we are. There we go. 80% success chances. Pretty darn happy with that. And I'm almost certain that... I mean, is there any way to see what voter groups are impacted by a strong leader? I don't really know. I suppose that there's probably a modifier somewhere in here that says, "Oh, conservatives like you if you are a strong leader," you know. But I just don't know. I don't know if that's going to be added or whatever. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. All right, let's go to the next turn. Quite comfortable to just go to the next turn. Law and Order Minister resigns. Well, that's a little bit of a bummer, I'll be completely honest, but that's okay. A farmer and an environmentalist. Welcome aboard. Congratulations. I don't care how you're not even remotely... This isn't even the remotely the job that you want, but quite frankly, who gives a shit? Poverty is continuing to fall, which is great. That is really, really, really good. How the fuck has the general strike not ended? Like, this needs to end, and this needs to end right now. Our deficit is climbing, and that is a problem for us. Our debt is not quite higher than it was at the start of the game. We still had a couple of really, really good turns where we had lots and lots of money. But at the same time, we need the general strike to end, and we need it to end pronto. Vigilante mobs is going to decay. Street gangs is going to decay as well, I should hope. Especially with the... Decreasing unemployment. Yeah, we basically need to grow our GDP right now. That's going to solve quite a few problems for us. If we grow our GDP, then that's going to be great, because growing our GDP is going to reduce unemployment. And when we have reduced unemployment, that's going to solve a whole bunch of problems for us. So I don't want to say everything right now is hinging on the fact that this general strike is going to end, because it's not, right? Not everything is hinging on this, but GDP needs to be grown, and it needs to be grown pretty darn soon. But the general strike is doing the most bad stuff for us right now. Technology backwater, it's bad, right? It's bad, but it's not terrible. We could adjust creationism versus evolutionism. I always say evolutionism. I don't know why. It just sounds right. Creationism versus evolutionism. No, creationism versus evolution. We could adjust that next turn if we want to, but I don't think we really do. Yeah. Current value 8.25. Okay, so we're working towards towards increasing our popularity, but it's a slow process. Nobody doubted that it would be. Yeah, international investors are really going to start to see through my my little porcupines about how great the economy is, because it's really not doing too well. We've got quite a lot of debt on our shoulders at the moment. However, 11.2% of the public would vote for us, which is relatively nice. General strike, still not ended, but it will be ending this upcoming turn, which is so good. It is absolutely super good. Like, super glad that this is finally happening. We're at our maximum political capital. Oh shit, I didn't realize that we were. Organized crime. Don't really want to increase that anymore. Ghettos starting to come down. Racial tension. How is racial tension? Racial tension is not super high. And as unemployment continues to fall, then things will get better, I think. What can we do? What can we do that is actually going to decrease unemployment? What can we do that is going to be kind of cheap and is kind of going to reduce unemployment? Good question. I don't know. I do not know. Is there really any options? I don't know. Maybe a public service, perhaps? Oh, I thought that had frozen for a second there. I don't know. Public libraries, perhaps? Maybe? Technology colleges, maybe? Nothing is sticking out here as something that is truly amazing for us. But at the same time, I don't know. We could put a little bit more money into road building. It's quite expensive though. And it would only reduce unemployment by a little bit. It's the same with like putting money into our health service. Unemployment would go down. But it's like 10 billion that we need to put in to make that unemployment reduce, so to speak. Immigration could change that up a little bit. Our immigration looks fairly steady at the moment. Of course, after the election and we start pursuing more Brexit policies, then we'll have to muck around a little bit with our immigration policy and see what we can change. Child benefit. This is showing that we are compassionate, apparently. Capitalists really do not like us, but I guess this is actually a good thing to do. Child benefit, increase it by 6 billion or so, but it's not going to directly relate to, you know, better economy. It's just going to relate to more electability because people like us a little bit better. Uncompetitive economy is still ongoing, which is kind of sucky. But hey ho, this fucking alcohol consumption, man, this is killing us. This is absolutely killing us. This alcohol abuse is an ongoing problem that we seem to have, and it's taking up so many resources, like 10 billion worth of resources, presumably through increased healthcare costs. But that's still a little bit ridiculous. Do I care about this? No, not really. Let's go to the next turn. Oh shit, we had 36 political capital, but we didn't do anything with it. There's a capitalist plot. Well, honestly, I'm not completely surprised, considering capitalists really should hate us at this point. The economy is on its knees. On its knees. And there's still not very much we can do about it. Crime is going down, and people seem to be responding very well to that crime going down. Oh, shit. We are very, 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 very fucked with capitalists. I'm gonna give it my best shot. I'm gonna give it my best shot to improve these guys' perception of me. First things first, we can get rid of the limit automated trading, and that's going to give a boost to GDP, and it's also going to give a boost to how much capitalists like us, which is kind of nice. Secondly, we can start introducing some policies which are good for capitalists. National Business Council, I think this is one of them, or Business Startup Campaign. There we go. That makes capitalists like us. And what's the other one? National Business Council or the Trade Council? National Business Council. Seems to be really popular, and capitalists are going to like us a little bit more. 5% increase. It's not very much, but it's worth a shot. Anything that we can really cut out of here. I mean, corporation tax. Corporation tax is on the chopping block. It really is. It increases the uncompetitive economy, and that's not something that I'm really super pumped about. Also takes a little bit away from our GDP right now, but getting rid of 16 billion worth of income is not a good call, I don't think. But I think that we're going to make it next turn. Yeah, I think we're just going to get rid of it next turn if we can survive. So, yeah. Foreign Affairs, you're getting fired. You're getting fired too. We're going to fire 2 people. And yeah, we'll keep everybody else. Now, we need to try and get capitalists, because if we get capitalists, then they're going to like us a little bit more, right? Religious and capitalist, welcome to the team. Any more capitalist? Capitalist, religious, capitalist. And you want the job of welfare. Fantastic. Okay, so basically, we need to keep capitalists happy, and one way of doing so is just to give them shit tons of sympathetic ministers. It's not a long-term solution, because eventually the sympathetic ministers just start to hate me, and they give me 0 political capital if I'm not pursuing a capitalist agenda. However, in the short term, it might just be enough to keep us safe and reduce membership of the Battenberg group. But are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually having a fucking giggle right now? Well, that's fucking dumb. That is really fucking dumb. Well, there you go. That was Brexit Britain. We're going to be giving it another shot for sure. There's no way that I'm going to let the game get the better of me. I didn't think that we were pursuing a policy that was really... Whoa. You didn't like that game, did you? It gave me an error message. You can't see it on the recording, but it gave me an error message and it crashed the game. And it's now saying Democracy 3 has stopped working. So tried to access the compass. It didn't like that and it crashed. And I am still using a pre-release version, but hey-ho. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. This has been the new Electioneering DLC. I would just like, maybe, in the next episode, to start again and take a little bit of a different approach. A little bit of a slower approach. Maybe make the capitalists a little bit more happy with us so they don't go on a rampage against us and just assassinate us. But hey-ho. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato, and I will see you next time. Bye.